So Hoyoverse just announced and teased their new game Honkai Nexus Anima, and as someone who's played through most Hoyoverse games by now, I've been a fan of many of them, so obviously I'm going to be interested in whatever this is, but I think a lot of people are just kind of generally confused. They released 4 minutes of gameplay, and I'm going to go over it with you, but I'm going to be honest, I'm just so confused at what this is. Right off the bat, they have Kiana in here, right? And I promise I'm not going to pause like every 3 seconds of this video, but this is a huge win for Honkai Impact third players. Anyone who's an HI3 player, you're going to be stoked about this. Let's keep going. Game is under development. Basically, everything in here is very pretty. Like, this looks very much like Pokemon and Fortnite color palette. This guy looks like Aether from Genshin Impact, but I don't think he is. I looked at a website for the game earlier on stream today, and that was not Aether. They also have a glider in this game for some reason. I don't know how necessary this is, but I'm just going to guess that means that jumping is in the game, which is cool. That's a huge upgrade from one of their last titles, actually 2 of their last titles. So you know what? I'll take it. But yeah, so they're showcasing the gliding. You can see a little bit of the scenery here. Feels very casual. Music reminds me a lot of Sonic 06 Solana. Is it Soliana? Is it Solana? I don't remember exactly what the place is called, but that's the vibe. Very chill, very relaxed, very cozy. Right? And then you can pass the time, I guess. There's different day and night cycle. There's a different character you're playing here. And you have your little pal running around with you as well. So right off the bat, it's very, like, it feels kind of pseudo Pokemon, but pseudo, like, just cozy lifestyle is the vibe I'm getting from this with all the music. But I think the main question that I have and that everyone else has is, what is this game actually about? Because they've just shown us running around the world, but there's been like no combat or anything yet. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Running around on the beach, very nice. You can see some of their Pokemons, but Pokemon, but not Pokemon there. Another character. I think this one's on the art for the game. Some more Pokemon. Again, what do you do in this game? I think that's the main question everyone has. This character is just so entirely unnecessary, but whatever, man. Not my fight. It's not my fight, guys. Looks like this game is for children or people who want to play as children and ride the seesaw. By the way, keep children away from gacha games. I really hope this isn't actually trying to appeal to children, but I think it's also just kind of weird either way, like whatever direction they're taking with it. Now, this was something I actually thought was really cool. So they have hair customization. You have kind of like the side, the front, and then a hoge. So basically, if you want your character to have a little strand of hair coming up like that, you can do that. But it looks like full character customization, which is honestly pretty dang cool. You know, I think this is, a lot of gacha games are really scared to do character customization, but I feel like you can make some pretty cool stuff if you're able to customize your character, and I feel like it helps people get a lot more immersed in the character they choose. And then this cake dog fox thing, I think it's a dog. This cake dog decides to throw a cake at that guy's face. I don't know what the benefit of that is, but just keep going. Okay, Pokemon playing with a fire hydrant. A lot of these are really cute. This is literally, hold on. This is legitimately just Pelipper with the George Washington haircut and a gavel. You cannot tell me otherwise. This is exactly George Washington's hair on a Pelipper. Avocados trying to reach something up there. The music's so good. I don't think Hoyoverse has missed with the music. I love the music. Very cute. Okay, so they're doing some kind of race with the Pokemon. Suspiciously cock-shaped gun in the penguin's hand. All right, and for some reason, you're destroying walls here. There's 53 things for you to destroy in this room, so it's like literal MMO objectives. But okay, just beating that wall up. Beat it up. I don't know what the gameplay is of this game still. To this very second, do not know what the gameplay is. It's been 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Is this the gameplay? Is this the game? Because so I think it's going to be, I think there's going to be some problems. Okay, running up to the truck. Standing there. Okay, little battle icon. And this is going to be the gameplay. Sorry, I paused it there. Actually, you know, I'll just let it play out. This is the gameplay. You know what? I am going to pause it. This is Teamfight Tactics. This is literally just TFT. And I think that raises a lot more questions for me. You can't actually see that. Let me move my camera out of the way. You can see Kiana and the poster girl in the bottom left corner. So it looks like there is some kind of character-based stuff here, which means it's probably going to be a gacha game. But hopefully it's not. It probably is going to be one, right? It's a Hoyoverse game. In the bottom left, though, you can see Kiana and the poster girl, and you can see the poster girl over here on the bottom left as well. Now, TFT is a game that I personally am not too familiar with because it's just not a game that I've spent too much time playing myself. It wasn't a game that I was a huge fan of, so I personally didn't get a ton of enjoyment out of it when I tried it, but I know there's a lot of people that do like it. A lot of my friends love TFT. This also could just be based off of auto chess, but it looks like damn near identical from what I've seen. So, but that raises a lot of questions. Is this going to be PvP? Is it going to be PvE? What are the things you fight with? Are those like the Pokemon that you're going to be raising? Are they gacha based, or are they like all things that you catch in game and do yourself? So many questions. But I'll let this play out. Okay, they're auto battling. The auto chess is complete. Open your book. I don't know if this is a dex or something, and like you recruit them, or maybe that's just a maybe you just beat them and then you take a photo with them to make them feel bad about losing. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. I'd feel pretty bad if somebody just decided to take a selfie after whooping my ass and like I was unassuming in the background. Looks like some roguelike elements to it. Never seen a gacha without roguelike, but maybe that's just regular TFT. Because again, I don't play, so I'm not familiar with the stuff. But yeah, as you can see, wiping the floor with the enemy, it looks like right now. Showing lots of the auto battle gameplay now. Oh, and also, you know, fun thing, you can see down in the bottom left here, you have 3 characters, and one of them is literally just Blade Honkai Star Rail. Like, they will not let this guy rest. He has to live forever until he becomes a champion of Teamfight Tactics. And that's it. Honkai Nexus Anima, that's the new game. Honestly, the logo is really pretty. I guess they're also leaning more into just the Hoyoverse as a whole. I'm surprised they didn't decide to name it like Hoyo Nexus Anima or something, and so they could include things from like Zenless and all the other games. But it looks like this is going to have characters from the Honkaiverse. So you have already seen Kiana, you've already seen Blade, right? Those are 2 characters right off the bat. And overall, I'm still kind of confused what the gameplay loop is, because if it is just Teamfight Tactics, is it going to be PvP? Because Hoyoverse has not made a PvP game before. They've made games where they introduced some PvP modes, like they had the card game in Genshin, which was PvP, and they also have Seal Slammers and HSR. They also have like leaderboard-based PvP in Honkai Impact 3rd, but you're not actually, there's not someone else on the field with you. You're kind of just competing for a score, right? So it's very interesting because I actually think that this is a Hoyoverse game that they could make PvP and they'd make a ton of money. But I almost feel like if they're going to make an auto chess game and it's not PvP, then I feel like it's kind of pretty dead, right? Like, why would anyone choose to play a PvE version of Teamfight Tactics in a gacha game over just playing TFT or like auto chess of another kind, right? If they'd put a gacha system in here, which I'm assuming they are because there's so many characters and so many different creatures, like surely something is gacha, right? It does feel kind of odd if they were not to include PvP. So I kind of hope they do, because that could be endless fun for a lot of players. But if they don't introduce PvP, then I feel like no one's going to play the game, really. I mean, people will try it out. I'm sure there's a demographic of people that really likes this sort of cozy style of game, but like that might be you play for 20 minutes on the train ride and then you kind of like put the game away for the next month and a half. I don't know, but they actually do have their website linked with a bunch of characters. So here's the Nexus Anima website. You guys can join the beta if you want to. Hopefully I'll be able to get it and try it, but again, TFT is not really my thing, so I will try and cover this game for you guys so you know what you're getting into if you are interested. But for me, this probably won't be like a long-term thing. But look, you can actually see some of the creatures they already have. So Vixen Morn aspect, dark, trait, hot-headed. They have a literal egg with gloves, egg gloves. Wow, okay, great. Weakness aspect and striker. And they just have like tons of these different creatures. Chimera Donatello. Honestly, some of these are really, really cute, but I do think some of these designs are also, I don't know. I think when there's so many creature collectors, eventually they all just start blending together. Like some of these guys look straight out of Pal World, I can't lie. And then you have Pelipper with a tie and the George Washington haircut. And once again, I'm telling you guys, it's this. And I get that he's like a judge or whatever, but like it's just Pelipper too, so I can't really get over it. But yeah, they have lots of cute little creatures. This one's really cute because doing a little happy walk, or not even happy walk, it's just like a trick, I guess. And then you have Cub Blade, which is, it's literally just a little blade cub. It's actually very cute. I like this one a lot. I think he's adorable. But yeah, as you can see, there's just so many different creatures here, and they could go so many different ways. Now, if you scroll down, you can actually see tons of different characters. So you can see just the general character list: Qua, Nanafe, Casio Rolex. When you know it's Cowboy Gallagher with yellow eyes and no beard, but you just can't prove it yet. Yeah, what a name. Casio Rolex. Did I actually? All right, so you got Casio watches and you got Rolex watches, and it's all in one, baby. Does he even wear a watch? Bro, what are they cooking? Yeah, this character just doesn't need to be in the game. Kiana, though, this is a very exciting thing, I think, for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are looking forward to being able to play with Kiana again in a cozier game, in a less horrendous setting that is like full of death and pain and agony. So I'm sure people are gonna love playing Kiana in this game. Here are the Novarks. Now, I don't necessarily know what the Novarks do. I mean, it says the owners of aspects of the new world, so this could be essentially like the Archons or the gods, and they all rule over something. I think it's funny that Blade is here. He's just Blade. Like, you have like these like insane looking characters, and then you just have Blade Honkai Star Rail. Like, brother, how did you get here? Did you learn something from Acheron? Like, do you even know where you are? Don't you have more important things to be doing? This is Blade in retirement. He's got infinite time. And then you have Pariah. I think it's interesting. She's the Novark of hate and has like, you know, hearts everywhere. Very interesting. Sir Champion, my goat. This is actually incredible. And then Victus, this guy kind of looks like Nanook to me. But these are the Novarks, and then some sovereigns are also Novarks. These are the owners of aspects of the old world. So I guess just a long time ago, this guy looks like Red-Eyed Yanqing or Aether with red eyes, and that's pretty interesting, I suppose. Damn, this guy's cool. Yeah, and I think this is just a VTuber. But yeah, so these are some of the characters they're showing off. Now, honestly, guys, I've already said this before, but I think the thing that's going to be determine whether or not this game is a massive success or just a small success, because let's be honest, it will be a success. It's a Hoyoverse game. It has that polish, and it probably targets a specific audience that they've researched, right? But whether or not this is a massive success or just a success is probably going to be determined by whether or not they have PvP, because historically in their games, they don't really like to introduce PvP, and they also would need to input a ranked if they want people to like actually grind this game out, which would involve them stepping into something that they don't usually do, right? You have the TCG system from Genshin Impact where they don't have a ranked system yet, even though people have been asking for it for such a long time, and they don't have any kind of like ranked Abyss, ranked MOC. They have Seal Slammers, I guess, but I don't even think that's ranked. If it is, then I'm just a fake fan. But overall, I think they have a lot of opportunity here to break into a new market. I just don't know if they're gonna take it. My experience with Hoyoverse games is that typically they make some pretty good games for the first few 100 hours or so, but then it feels like they kind of abandon a lot of the things that make the game super good and stand out. A lot of the player base ends up feeling pretty alienated in the long term, and I really hope that's not what'll happen here. But this does look like a much cozier game, so maybe less people will take it seriously. I guess if it's a PvE game, people probably won't take it very seriously at all, in which case maybe there won't be a hardcore audience of people that are upset about the game not improving or whatever it may be. There's also the chance that this game just releases and it's the most perfect game they've ever released ever, and it just has no flaws and everyone's happy and it's a great game. But for me, I'm gonna wait and try it out. I'll see if I like it, but for the most part, I don't expect to like the TFT part. But let me know what you guys are interested in, if you think this game is up your alley, and also if you play TFT, let me know what you guys think of this game as well, because I'm not experienced in that, but this looks right up some people's alleys. So, and with all that being said, you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy Honkai Nexus Anima, I'll catch you guys next time.